There we are. Doc here from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Let's see now. Today is the 30th, and so it is like, I guess it's like Thursday for some of you, especially in the South Pacific, you know? So, like New Zealand and Australia and so forth, and we're starting to move along and uh, possibly Samoa and so forth. We're starting to see that. Indonesia, we're starting to see that. So it is New Year's Eve, the day of New Year's Eve. So anyway, let's see what we got going on here today. We got starting off with the Swiss again, as we usually do nowadays, compared to what we used to start off for decades with the euro. You can see a little pressure. You see it here on the Chicago Quant. You can see it here also on the J4X. Pressure, pressure, right there. Same thing there. So that's pretty cool. They're matching up nicely. Got two red dots. You got two red bars. That's good too. Let's see what else can we say about this. All right, I guess that's about it. It's just moving down. We've been thinking that we're going to see some type of action down into the the high 86s, low 87s. We've talked about this before. We're looking at the that bottoming daily buy from 2015, I guess it is. So that's like 5 years ago, where they decoupled the euro from the saltine, the Swiss franc there. So that's where we are at the moment. Matter of fact, you can see on Chicago Quant, it's perking up now. We've actually gone into some type of little teeny weeny little plus. Nothing major there. And you can see on the weekly, it's been 4 full weeks in a sell. It looks like there's no problem about being a 5th week in a sell at this point. And let's see, anything else can we say about the Swiss? I guess that's about it in the sense that we see the trend, and that trend is that dollars are being basically sold or flat versus other pairs trades. That's how we like to watch that. And so now let's drift over to the euro itself. See what the euro is doing. Right there, dollar euro pair. And it looks like it's a little firm just from yesterday. Yeah, you can see that. A couple greens, 3 in a row there. Not bad. And there it is right there on the Chicago Quant. Same situation, except for we got that volatility signal 2 days back, or 3 days back now. And so you can see there it's trying to push up. We went to the daily buy off of the first hour of trading of the euro yesterday. So we're actually like into the second day now. Let's see, where is it at? It probably says 2 days on line 14. Yeah, right there. So the strength is in the pairs, and the dollar is being pushed just down a little bit. Nothing major, just watching it slowly drift. Again, end of the year, so we'll see how that all plays out. And then I guess you're going to think, oh, is he going to be saying the beginning of the year? Well, beginning of the year is a whole different game. Usually what happens is that the markets, they do the dollar cost averaging at the beginning of every month, so it'll be coming in for that. There'll be, let me think what else. What is the new thing that always occurs at the beginning of a month is, and the last couple of days of a month too, can be dollar cost averaging. So in other words, buyers are usually rolling in the last 3 or 4 days of the month and usually the first couple of days of the month. And then after that, it's like you bid lower than where it's at, hoping that you get filled and grab something there and that type of thing when you're a fund. That's how that usually works. And so you can see here, euro is moving up very firmly, taking out the highs of a couple of weeks ago. And let's see, what else is going on here. Let's see if we can see anything else. Looks like it's a highs for like months when you look at J4X. Look at that. So it's months all the way back to the first quarter. Yep, look at that. You can see that way. Now, let's see, can we do that? I guess we can do this like that. There we can do the same thing again. And you can see. So it's pretty much the highs of the year at this point. And there's the highs of the year. Yep. So they brought this product up about 7% for the year. Interesting. Not bad. And let's take a look at the cable and see what they're doing with the cable. Cable is going after that. Look at that. 3. This time this might take this to run into the 38 to 40 area. That's what we've been thinking. Someone asked, when would it go to 42? I guess it was like months ago. Nader, thank you for support. Oh, well, no problem at all. Support, any particular support in general, or just I've been a positive thing, I hope. I try to be. I do a lot of things in a lot of directions, and I try to help. I do. I really do. Oh, no problem at all. We try to bring reality. What has happened. I had breakfast this morning. I was out the door already having breakfast. It's early in the United States. It's 7:30 a.m., 7:36 a.m. to be exact, and was out with a friend, another trader. We had breakfast this morning about an hour and a half ago, and I said something about times have never been weirder. In other words, the media. We don't even have a media anymore. I've been complaining for a bunch of years that the Bloomberg and the CNBC and some of the basics like the Reuters and so forth, Thomson Reuters and so forth, have been thin. The major newspapers, the Wall Street Journal, thin when it comes to actually talking about the physical reality that we deal with every day as investors, traders, speculators, whatever you want to call it. And as a newsletter writer slash market timer slash chart provider, whatever you want to call us, and the end result is that it's never been weirder, and so there's no doubt that I feel like I'm a small voice in an empty world of finance. I really do. I don't see a lot of voices that make a lot of sense anymore. I have a hard time watching CNBC or Bloomberg. They say things that literally need to be challenged because they make no sense. They honestly are hiding information and data and the level of, I guess you call it, like speculative approaches to what's going on. In other words, theorizing, not speculative, theorizing. The theorizing of what is going on in the marketplace, any particular marketplace, be it the grains and the cattle versus other marketplaces, or the metals, or the stocks, or these different financial sectors, the currencies. You don't hear people say the things I say, except for professional traders themselves. We see it, and because we deal with reality. Because in other words, our P&L, our profit and loss, every day is thrown in our face from our brokerage accounts, in our trading accounts. We see it. We're forced to accept reality. Whereas when you're these talking heads on these financial shows, you can say the most ridiculous things and you don't pay for it. No one comes back 6 months later. Like, see how we have a fact check spreadsheet here about showing where we stand in different products. There's the weekly buys and the weekly sells and how many weeks it's been in a buy or a sell, and then looking at the actual trend. Imagine if we said 19 weeks in a weekly buy, and then we go over and look at corn. All right? Let's go look at corn. So it's been in a weekly buy for 19 weeks. Let's go find corn. There is the March corn contract. Go back 19 weeks. Is the math right? Is the math wrong? Have we been going up since here? I would have to say yes. When following the Bloomberg and CNBC, they basically say no. So in other words, they'll say things that make no sense. In other words, they may say, well, grains have been sideways for the last 6 months. Yeah, they've increased by 25% or 30%. Actually, they've gone up almost 33%. So that's more than anything else feeds my thirst to talk in the mornings, to describe what we see. And hey, Robin, I was out with Carl. He was already up like $1,000 for the day, and he said, "Let's go get breakfast." So I met him, about 4 miles away from here, and we had breakfast already. Hey, Ferris, how you been? You been hiding? Let's see. I see you sitting on the fence. Ask your questions. I agree, and that's exactly it. And so, in general, the first webinars with you, and I hope that will benefit. I am practicing demo account. That's an important thing. Paper trading is very important. Carl started off live trading and then moved to paper trading. I said to him over and over, paper trade, paper trade. Makes money and then he gives it up. Makes money and gives it up. Paper trade for a few months. And he's been paper trading. He paper traded for a good solid 5 months. And now he's put as we would say, he's put the rubber to the road. In other words, the tires to the road, and it's working out just as well. So paper trade as long and as hard as you can. We can discuss it even if you want. Don't be afraid. It won't hurt you. You can always go live. So, Nader, I agree. Take it slow, take it steady. Build the discipline. Something the major financial channels don't do anymore. They don't talk discipline. They don't talk reality. They don't talk fact. They just talk to talk. They don't make money. They're not making money. These financial channels, if it wasn't for their parent company that owns them, they would never make any money. You think Bloomberg TV makes money? It loses money. CNBC loses money. They don't have any viewership. Just like CNN and MSNBC. They have no viewership whatsoever. They just talk because their parent company owns them, and that is their marketing tool to get out the company's idea or the corporation's idea. But they're not making any money. And they don't even have the viewership anymore. So that's where we are. That's what gives us the thirst every day, every year to come here and talk, because I'm tired of not seeing facts and accountability. No facts, no accountability. Over and over and over again. No facts, no accountability. And that's the most irritating part of it all, especially when you realize and think about it hard. The fact is that we're dealing with money, assets, and they're out there throwing pie in the sky ideas. So that's the thirst that we have every day when we come to the webinar here and we talk. That's exactly what it is. It's that thirst of real information. All right, let's jump over to, we see the cable. Oh, where is it at? Let's go to that cable again. We'll put it up on J4X here and show you that the cable and its strength. There it is. And let's get back over there on the Chicago Quant side of it and do the same thing right there. And there's the cable playing with the highs of the last couple years. That's exactly what's going on. Just the way the euro is playing with the highs of the last couple years, just like the way the Swiss is doing the same thing when it comes to value. When it goes down in value means it's more expensive. So as it drops in value, just like a bond, in other words, a bond goes up in value, means interest rates have increased. Is that right? No. Bond prices, when a bond price goes up, interest rates are dropping. That's what it is. And vice versa. When a bond price goes down, interest rates are rising. And in this case here, Swiss franc against the dollar is going down, so it's becoming more valuable. Stefan, there you go. I haven't seen you in a while. Looks like the neighborhood is full. People are coming back. It's the end of the year. So yes, that is the thirst we have, the thirst we deal with. All right, now let's go over to the Turkish Lira and see what that's doing. That's been fascinating in the sense of they seem to be doing some good economic stuff there. The currency is down where 735 from a high of 850. Very impressive. You can see the slope there. We go over to the Chicago Quant. See, that's Turkish Lira against the euro. And there's Turkish Lira against the dollar. You can see here lows of, what is that? That's like lows of 4 months, 3 months. We may be looking at lows of, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so back in August. The lows of August, yeah, August, late August. So August, September, October, November, and December to about a 4-month low, which is really cool. And the product is showing some good life. We're in a weekly sell now for a couple of weeks after a whole year in a weekly buy. So yes, indeed. So we're really happy to see everybody showing up here today. It's the end of the year and people are showing up. Janash might show up. Who knows? We might see some bodies showing up in here. That'd be cool. Let's see. Where do we go from here? Let's go check out the Canadian. And there's the Canadian. You see that it is also doing the drop going down, which means it's becoming more valuable against the dollar. And let's take a look at it through the Chicago Quant. Right there. Now that's not at its lows at the moment, but it's making a nice turn, and we've been in a weekly sell for 2, 4, 6 weeks, going on 7. And that is line, what is that, line 20. So 6 weeks in a sell. It says the same thing on there. See it right there. 6 weeks right there. And the daily's been in a sell for 3 days. Yep, going on a 4th day now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And that's interesting. And you can see that it's underneath the time manifold. There's pressure on the product. And what else can we say about that? I guess that's where we go from there. And then what we do is we look at this and then we drift over to the NASCAD. Because these two in particular seem to emphasize the action in oil. So with the weakness, with the Canadian going down like that against the dollar, means that normally that the oil should be firm here. And same thing here with the NASCAD. You can see the same thing. In a daily buy for a bunch of days there. That's line what? That is line 23. You can see 9 weeks in a buy, which there it is there. You can see 3, 6, and 9 going on a 10th week. Even with the manifold, the white line dropping underneath the positive manifold, it's still holding firm in here and rising. And same thing here on the dailies, lifting up. Now let's go take a look at crude oil. We'll jump over to the crude contract right there. And you can see there it's firm. Yep, it is definitely firm. And you can see there, let's give it a refresh. Oh, look at that. Give it a refresh and it's trying to get into the sell now. That's interesting. And look at that. Yesterday, it's giving us a sell now there, and then without a doubt we're going to put a red here, that's for sure. Now it's the end of the year and it should be going up in value just because of the other two products going up in value, and sure enough it is, but our math is saying that it's getting a little sleepy. Now obviously you can't go short it because why, traders? We're in a weekly buy now for 2, 4, 5 weeks, so all you can do is basically take off your long, from basically here, which made money, fell, made money again, and it's pretty much just a little above where it entered the area in the 47s. And you can see it's been trading here in the 48s. Not exactly an explosive move, but it did take you up to almost 49, 49 and change at one point over a 3-day period. So it's been interesting. It's trying to put that pressure on. Let's see, what do we got here? Do you also trade in the 3 cryptocurrencies? We do follow the what do you call that? The Bitcoin, and we'll show you here. We're in a really strange situation with that. Weekly buy, daily sell. Matter of fact, we can get rid of that one right there. Activate that. That died a while ago. So let's move that over a little bit and get rid of that like so. Or maybe not. Let's not get rid of that because I think the Bitcoin is just filling in on the other one. Let's see. There is, we're looking at the January contract right there. And yeah, see that? It's just moving up. You can see that it's in the plus. It's been in a buy for 2 full weeks. Now you can see here let's give it a refresh. It looks like it's trying to make that dash into the daily buy area. Let's give it a reload. Yep, there it is. It's trying to do it. And we'll put that in there. It's been a little sloppy with that wild holiday gap. And notice that happens a lot in this product. And so you can't be short it in our work. And it was just telling you to just keep your profits from the 16 up to the 24 area. So the $8,000, it was telling you to keep your money. And in this case here, it jumped another 4 grand, and now it's getting back into a buy again here. So we do follow that. We follow the Bitcoin itself. I found out this week that Dukascopy will keep this market open on weekends from now on. It seems like everybody is now. Yeah, yeah. The cryptocurrencies are getting that way now. First, everything closed together with a forex market. Right, exactly. And that's part of the gap situation that goes on there. When they rip it with nobody around, notice there's no real sellers out there, and so it can be very explosive on the weekends and the holidays. It can go up a couple thousand and not give it up a lot of times. A lot of times it holds on to it, or holds on to half of it, or something like that. So you can see here, and then we're going to keep that old chart for a couple more weeks just to emphasize. Whereas the December contract expired, but at one point the December contract was in a buy for, I think it was like I don't know, it was like from here, or I guess it was from here. So it was 11 weeks in a buy at one point, and then it went into a sell for just 1 week, and then back in there again. And so we might as well erase that because that's the 23rd. That's the 23rd. So this hasn't traded. The December contract hasn't traded for like 7 days now. So we're, like I said, we're running the Jan contract now, and it's filling in right there. So yep, it is interesting to see these things do their thing, and the strength that we're seeing out of it. Cryptos are here to stay, as far as I'm concerned. That's how it all plays out in the end. Is that the cryptos have a legitimate position in the equity market or the financial market just as much as any other product, as far as I'm concerned. And so there's the Bitcoin for you. I'm going to save it, because this way Robin can use it to send out. And then where were we with the crude? There was the crude there. And the crude is flirting with the sell with no problem, of course. And we'll see how that goes by the end of the day. There we are. And then, what's that? That's the February contract, not the Jan contract. So then, and I guess January expires, or just expired. That's what happens there, because Feb expires in the middle of January. So now you can see here, there's silver. Now silver fell into the sell there. Let's see how it looks right now. It's just kind of meandering up a little bit from yesterday. Let's see, first everything closed. Yeah, I like that idea. I'm glad they're keeping it open. They should keep that stuff open. Let it trade. Let it fly throughout the whole weekend. It's a legitimate product. It's a tool that is used by people that need it. I think that's what it comes down to. Now look at that. Look at the tightening of the NASDAQ. Look how tight that manifold is, just like it was there before it took off on another tear of about 1,000-point move. So we got a manifold there that's really, really tight. I'll bring this down a little bit like that, and see if we can widen this out just a little bit. And you can see there, it's in a buy, and it's been fighting to survive that buy. There it is there. Matter of fact, look at that. It's trying to go into a sell as we speak. So that's interesting right there. We're just going to save that, and we'll see how that plays out the rest of the day. And that will be it'll be very interesting to see if it survives the daily buy here today. And then it's the end of the month, so people like the dollar cost average into these products at the end of the month and at the beginning of the month. And then there's always some type of window dressing of profit taking too, but usually that's a day or two later. Now there you can see, where's that going? Okay, so we basically have let's grab that one and just change the color. So now what we're seeing is S&P's doing the same thing like crude oil, trying to be in the sell. So I think we're just going to put that right there like that and declare it in the sell, because that's what it is. It's in the sell. See if we move this up a little bit. There we go. Look at that. And let's just refresh it again. So maybe there's going to be some selling after the window dressing. Maybe that's what we're going to see. Going to be a very volatile weekend, traders. Very volatile. Let's see. Any other questions? I don't see any other questions. But we're going to have lots of wild political news coming into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Actually, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The House of Representatives gets sworn in on Sunday. On the 5th is the Electoral College again. And then on the 6th is the Georgia runoff. It's going to be wild and woolly, traders. Things are going to get crazy. So don't be surprised if money tries to run and hide a little bit. Oh, and let's make that red. There it is right there. And go with a save. S&Ps. And there it is there. Now, we did the crude. And let's do the gold. Gold was playing with the buy side there for a while. Let's see how that's doing. Like that, yeah. It's trying to lift up, but we got a red dot there. End of the year noise. I mean, that's what it really comes down to. So we're just going to leave it like it is at the moment because it's a red dot. Even with the histogram and so forth trying to lift up. And we go with that and save that gold there. Let's see what silver's doing. And if anybody wants to see any particular product, please just shout it out. Let's give it a refresh. Right there. Go with a save. There we are. And then, let's see. Natural gas was interesting. It was showing life in it last night. See that right there? Let's refresh that. And I wonder if that's expired. So maybe what we need to do is do February. Let's put February in there. You know how these contracts do some really weird things on the fuel energy side. You know, so let's see, NG. Look up, and let's put February or March. Maybe we should put March in there. Let's put March. I know Feb is very popular, so why don't we put G in there to start off with? So we'll go with G right there, add, and then let's go put March. Add the March contract, the H's. Right there. There we are. And then close. And then let's put that in there and see what that looks like. The G right there. And the G again. Let's see what that looks like. So it's been in a sell. See now that's pushed the buy up, and then the sell didn't occur until there. Interesting. And then everything else seemed, oh, that's pretty cool. I guess you can move this one back like that. That's that one right there. And that's right. That's buy. That's good. 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 Oh, I could day earlier. No, volatility. Oh, back to that one again. And then, okay, right there. This one can be moved over one like that. And then you can see we're, this is definitely a green line going in here. We're going into the buy there. And that is, see where it says the 30th. So the other contract has definitely expired. And we'll save that. That's the natural gas. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there's Giannis. Okay, so guys, remember to not write the pairs together. Your YouTube bans a spam mentioning of, for example, Euro GBP. What's this? Oh, wait a minute. Nader, if you would like another free trial, contact me. Oh, okay. Same with the phone numbers. Okay, be careful there, Robin. Just tell them to go to the website, and then they can always grab the phone number off that. That probably makes it easier. You know how you know, YouTube can be punishing to Dukascopy and everybody else at any given time. YouTube doesn't exactly make a lot of sense, so don't poke the tigers, or don't pull the tiger's tail. Be careful with that tiger. Let's see. Now there is the Russell. Russell got sold down really interestingly. You know, they made a nice run in the Russell. Russell's like the most speculative of all the stocks indices at this point. You can see it's the pressures on that. Let's see. Save that. And that's the Russell right there. RT. And then we fixed that, didn't we? Yeah, we fixed that right there. So that's cool. And we can save that. There we are. And so there's the copper. Interesting. It's breaking through the time manifold there. Let's see what the Dow is doing. The Dow is holding up, isn't it? I understand Boeing got that. Oh, no, look at that. Doing the same thing. Pushed it into the sell. So we're going to just throw that into a sell right there. Like that. A lot of these products are kind of lost. Some data came in, obviously, late at night, like the way the elections work nowadays. And out of nowhere, they just changed information on us. Let's throw that in there. There's the WM. Or YM, that is. Yeah, don't pull that tail of that tiger. That YouTube can definitely bite you, that's for sure. Let's see. Now, I guess we've gotten pretty much a look at everything. Oh, let's look at the bonds. I noticed they showed some firmness at one point. Let's see, they're knocking them down today. So interest rates, which were rising, okay, they're still trying to rise. Let's put it that way. It went into the buy a couple days ago there. You can see it went into the weekly buy last week, but it hasn't really gone anywhere from it. And that's the action we're seeing when it comes to the 10-year. That's the 10-year, like the, I guess that's like the lead bond on the planet at this point in time, because it actually pays interest, crazy as it is, about 1 percentage point. And this thing is doing the same thing. It's holding up pretty firm here. That's the Robo Gas. See, that's February. So, okay, so that's good. Oh, we haven't changed that. We have to write that in there. This is Feb Robo, or Gas Oil, I think they call it. Feb Robo, or unleaded. How about if we do unleaded? We'll write unleaded in there. There you go. That's what that is right there. Interesting. You can see how long it was in the buy. And then they tried to get into the sell, but with the green dot. And now we're... Oh, wait a minute. What is that? Into the sell, now it's fighting back into a buy? Okay. That's what that's doing. And the weekly, look at the line. We should scrunch this up just to see what it looks like. See how high the line is. Okay, it's doing a little curve there. Interesting. Let's see that. Robo. Right there. So let's see what else we got going on here. I guess that's about it when it comes to the commodities. And we did through the currencies. Anybody want to see any particular currency pair, just give us a yell. We'll go, we'll throw it in there instamatically like a snapshot. And then we can take a look at some of these things here. Corn, we talked about that, about the idea of how bad the news agencies are about explaining things. You see here the firmness in it today. It's still holding up. It's been in weekly buys for months upon months now, and daily buy since the mid 430 area, and it's run up to 465 area over a week and a half, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool, really, when you think about it. Some real action there this time of the year. I mean, the crops are in. I guess that's new crop. I guess that's what it is. It's March. Is March really new crop, or is it stuff in the granary? I guess that's the way you can look at it. Or is it foreign corn? Maybe that's what it is. And then there's soybeans. Whoa. Look at that gap up from... Oh, wait a minute. What is that? What the hell is that? That's January. Is that expiring? Is that what that is? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that cleaned up. So it's 30, 29, 28. Okay, so yesterday, big move up. still holding it, but it's been cleaning itself off of the gap up, or not the gap up, but just hard run up. And that's Jan. Let's go take a look at the March beans. See what March beans look like. No, not that one. No, right there. Jan beans. There it is. Let's take a look at March beans just for the fun of it. Right there. There's March beans. And let's give it a refresh. So it did the in and out right there. And now it's right back into the saddle. Back in the saddle again. And it's 18 weeks in a weekly buy. Yowzer. Doing the same type of action. March beanies right there. I don't see any questions, so I'll just keep on looking around, trying to figure out. Oh, hogs. Oh, look at that. Hogs popped up at the end of the day there yesterday. Let's give it a refresh and just double check. Yeah. Now, what's interesting is we're running a super on this because it moves slow. And so you can see like the histogram is minus, but that's because it's the 5 against the 3. And then the 3 is the green line. Let's just double check that. Yeah, see? Plot 1, 3. And then histogram is the 5, plot 6. And let's save that. And that's the hogs. Hoggy doggies in February. And then let's see what cattle. Cattle showed life in it yesterday, didn't it? No, it didn't. I smacked it down and put it into the cell. Interesting. It started off the day before really firm with that move up, and then they took some profits there. But look at the weekly. Weekly's still got, some real strength in it. And we'll save that. So daily cattle has come in the sell, but we're in a weekly buy, so you're kind of trapped there. You can't really get short. You can just take some profits. And then there's wheat. Now wheat was whack. Yeah, see there it goes. It's underneath. And went into the sell there, and it hasn't gone anywhere since then. And it's in the weekly buy, the wheat. So again, another stuck in a neutral situation where it's still firm in there. And then the feeders. Feeders closed in a sell there last night. Let's refresh that. That's the little calfies, the veals, or the baby bulls. Let's see, what is that? Feeders, right? Yeah, right there. Jan feeders. And then bean oil is doing what crude oil is doing. It's been very, very firm. Interesting how bean oil really can trend. It gets into a buy here, then goes into a sell there, goes into a buy here. Oh, we missed the sell there. Let's put the sell in there. So it goes into the sell there and then back into the buy there. Let's change the color there. There we are. And then the sell there. Then the buy there, and it's been riding it. Interesting product. And that is bean oil in Jan. Right there. And bean oil and crude oil, they really do march together very well. It's always interesting to see that happen. Just that action. I'm listening for my sound. You guys hear me? I don't hear me. Can you hear me? I guess you can hear me, right? You would tell me if you couldn't. Robin would be calling me, so I'm not sure why. Let me just refresh this. Let's see. There we go. Oh, the sound's been turned off. Okay, there it is. Now it'll... There we go. I can hear me now. Yeah. There we go. So, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Bean oil and crude oil have a natural tendency to drift together. Even, I guess, during the crazy... Oh, yeah. You would have, Giannis, I know, you would have said something if it wasn't. It was my side. My volume was down dramatically. That's what it was. So, are you guys open tomorrow? I'd imagine you are, aren't you? You're not like 2 days off East Christmas, right? Left side only. Are you closed down again? 2 days, nice. Do I have a webinar tomorrow, or I don't have a webinar? We can you can put a label out there already if you want, like end of the year talk or something like that. No, I don't. Okay, so I have 2 days off. Market should be no. We're open in the United States full day tomorrow. We do a full day tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow's just another day to us. It's live action. What do they call them? LARPers? Live action role play? Yeah, I'll do tomorrow. And just you can label it. You can already give it a label as like end of the year, you know, trades or something like that, and we'll make sure it matches up to it. Thank you. Yeah, tomorrow's a normal day for us. Matter of fact, we don't even get a half a day like we did last week. We get it. We have a whole day tomorrow. Lots of action. ACTION. Yes, indeed. ACTION. Action, action. Yeah, usually that it's usually a crazy day, end of the year. I remember as a floor broker when I was young. Oh my God, boy did they give us business. Crazy sizes of stuff that had to be filled by the end of the day, so they could get the tax situation for it. It was definitely wild and woolly. Now what is that? That's red wheat. Let's put red wheat in there. Save that. There it is. Tax optimization. Isn't that horrible? You have to deal with taxes to make trading decisions. Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, it's tough enough to invest as it is. Now you've got to take in consideration the taxation of it all. I mean, does that sound like, evil or what? I think it does. It sounds evil to me. But then I'm an anti-government guy to begin with. As far as I'm concerned, government is the problem, not the solution. But again, that's in America. So, and even now, it's getting weird here too. Alibaba was beat down by the Chinese government and then brought back up. Yes, you know what I thought? I think Jack Lew, is it Jack Lew? I think that I don't know. I think he's connected, with the communists, and so I I think that it's maybe the only one of the only products, since it's more it's the foreign Amazon. It's the Chinese Amazon, basically. That's what it is. It's the Chinese Amazon, and so it has a really weird position compared to other Chinese companies. So in other words, it's just a domestic company, really, and I'm not sure how much they do outside China, but oh, do you have it on there? Let's put it on there. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I follow it too. My math. Let's see it. Let's pass this in it. That's British Aerospace, right? BA. Yeah. We'll find it. There's Hong Kong. Let's see. Did I pass it possibly? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. We're in the ABA. Let's see. Alibaba, right? And euros, right? Or Jack May. That's it. Jack May. Oh, and do you do it? I see. Where's it at? Is that Alibaba? No, that's Anheuser Busch. There it is, right there. Is that it? No. ABB. Let me look on your thing again. See how you have it. Yeah. Oh, BA. Okay, that's it. Just like in the States. BAB. I thought it was ABA. BA. BAB. BAB. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I think that was just insider trading. Nothing more than that. You know, end of the year they needed to make some cash, right? BABA. Maybe I should just punch it in, right? Shift B A B A. See, how do you have that? Dot US slash USD. Nah, that tried to put me into the euro. Let me try that again. Oh, I'd love to see it on here. BABA. Is it in here somewhere? There are the commodities. There's Hong Kong. There's Japan. Japanese companies. And then, is there a Chinese company? There we go, right. Anglo-American. That's what's that? That's in Scandinavia, in kroners. BABA. Oh, let's get rid of this too. Okay. Let's just go find it. And let me just throw it up on here too at the same time. Let's see. Here, I'm going to throw it up on my Chicago Quant. Then we can keep on hunting for it again. Right. Where are you? Right there. Let's find BABA. So we're going to the B's. So there's B. Babcock. Oh, there's Babcock, the engineering group. Interesting. Let's see. Julius Baer and Company. Bark. BA. Is there a Chinese group? Is that what it is? There must be a Chinese group of B's. Like the way they do Hong Kong, maybe? Or is it dollars? And let's just keep on scrolling and go through the full alphabet. MNOP, QRSTUV, WXYZ. Okay, so no. Now, why am I having a problem? Let me go back to the B's. BRBY. Where is it at? Nope, I don't see it. And I tried punching it in the way you did. Let's see what Yano says. Let's see. Oh, let me make that bigger too, like that. There we are. So he says Jack May, taxation, BABA, US USD on J4X. It's big in Eastern Europe. Okay. As far as China itself, Russia also uses Alibaba. Okay. Amazon has a major shipping cost around our region. At least as far as I have looked, I buy stuff online from local firms. That makes sense. Or brick and mortar shops. I agree there too. Now go down for BABA on type in the bracket. So BABA. Okay, so I go BABA. The hell, you don't have it. Every online chart has it. Let's see. Just ask the demo account does not have it. Ah, I see. Okay. Prior to adding US stocks. Interesting. So there it is. Free server Dukascopy. Here it is if someone wants to see it. Okay, I see. And then here it is on my work. Let me see if I can find my mouse. There it is right there. It's been in the weekly sell since here. change that. Pink and solid. And then tried to get into a buy there and failed. And see how the plot 6 is minus 107, but plot 1 got into the plus. And I think we were in, let's widen this out too. So went into the buy. Let's do the dailies too. Like there's the buy, there's the sell, there's the sell, there is a buy. No, that's not a buy either, because the dots mess with that. There, no. There, yes. There's the buy. And then it gets you into the sell here and a buy, sell, and misses that crazy gap. But we're in a daily sell, a weekly sell. So that's what that is. And now it's been in a buy for 2 days. Let's fix all that up. So sell. No, it's the other way around. So we'll go like that. Move that over to there. There we go. And move that over. Come on, move over. There. And then buy, then sell. Boy, I told you things were getting nuts, didn't it? There it is there. Interesting. So it's been in the sell for weeks. I'd imagine we have that on a spreadsheet, right? We have the, let me open that up. Where's it at? Open. Right there, the Excel fact check spreadsheet. Interesting product. Now today is really flattening out. When you look at the the NASDAQ and so forth, they're really starting to flatten out some of these stock indices, which is kind of odd to me, at least. Yeah, there it is. Alibaba, 8 weeks in a sell, 1 day in a buy. Yep, right. Is that live? That must be live. Yeah, that's the 30th. Okay, yeah. So closed in a buy yesterday, and it's moving up again today. But we're in a weekly sell. So. What do you think from euro against the dollar from weekly perspective? Oh, let's take a look at it again. Let me open that up. Forex. Now there it is right there. And it climbed into the daily buy. Got a volatility signal 2 days ago. 3 days ago? 3 days ago. Then yesterday it closed in the daily buy right off the beginning of the close of this one here, really, the first hour. And then you can see, you can see we've been in a weekly buy for weeks upon weeks. Let's go back to that. Minimize there. And that is line 14. So 10 weeks in a buy and 2 days in a buy. It's going after what? Like 2-year highs, something like that. So there's no doubt, 47, that we'll call you Y47. How's that sound? That's easy for me. I'd say, Y47, I'd say it's trying to lift up. Maybe they're closing it out, taking profits. I don't know. No, it'd be the other way around, right? They're covering shorts. Yeah, taking profits by buying back their shorts. We're at, what, 2-year highs? Let's go over to J4X again with it. There it is right there on J4X. So let's blow up J4X. There we go. So we're looking back. There's December of 2019. I mean, when's the last time really this product was up this high? There is January of 2000. Let's put a line in there too. Can we put a line in there? I think we can. We can go like this. Now go like that. Yeah, see. Keep on going. You know what we should do is we'll go the other way. We'll move that line up. To there. So what are we, like 2-year highs? 3-year highs? That's what it looks like to me. So there's 2019. There's 2018. You still don't even see the red line. Okay, 2000 March, April, and Jan of 2018. So we're at 2-year highs at the moment. So there's some really interesting action going on there. See what I'm saying? Yeah, oh, so you got it on there. 2018, yeah. You know, I guess it tells us that the dollar is going to be weak until there's some clarity. I mean, you know, once they finally clean up the politics and figure out who's going to be president and so forth, you would assume that the dollar should be weaker, you know? I mean, because obviously if Biden's in there, it's going to get really weird. You know, we have the great potential right now that we could have Pence as vice president and Biden as president. That is a real reality. Also, there's a good chance that it's just going to be Trump Pence again, but the chances of the Harris being vice president are very slim at this point. And I know a lot of you are probably saying, "What?" Yeah, Pence could be vice president, and what's his name? Biden could be president. We'll know over the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Let's see. They are also creating a lot of additional dollars. Yeah, they're liquefying the place, aren't they? They really are. And that alone could be putting pressure. Giannis has got a good point there. That could be putting pressure on it too. I don't know. It's a combination of all of it, I would assume. I mean, they've what have they done, Giannis? Have they added like $2.5 trillion this year in debt? Some crazy number because of the COVID, right? Yeah, that's a good possibility that Pence becomes the vice president and Biden becomes the president. I'd say that's a 45-50% chance. And I'd say that it's like a 65-75% chance that it's Trump Pence again. And I'd say it's only like a 5 or 10% chance that Harris even gets in as the vice president, no matter who is president. What's this? Swiss? Let's click on that. What's that do? That's the December Central Bank. December Central Bank's updates articles on Dukascopy. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. On Wednesday, Deck 9, the Bank of Canada released its rate sentiment. Okay, that's interesting. European Union on the 10th. The 16th. UK. Oh, this is a rundown of what has happened throughout the whole month. That's really good. I like that. That's very good. I'm glad you put that on the chat line. Securities by at least $80 billion per month of agency mortgage-backed securities by at least $40 billion per month. Yeah, I tell you, they're just floating the dough. That's for sure. Yeah, you would think that should knock the dollar down. You know, that would make sense. Forget about the politics. That alone should do it. That should definitely do it. Stocks up, yeah, exactly. Bonds up, yeah. Yeah, bonds have been really wacky. See how they've been acting. Let's see if I can go with TLT. I think it's in. Let's see. Let's close that. And let's look at the ETF of the TLT. Right there. That's right there. There's the TLT. It's slipped into the weekly sell there. Wasn't a weekly buy there. And then it was in a weekly sell there for months. Right? Right there. Went into the sell here. And this chases the interest rates. So let's change that color there. There we go. And now we're back into the buy, which the TLT, when it goes up in value, oh, no, we're in a sell. Okay, so we're back in a sell again. So interest rates are dropping again. That's how the TLT works. Let's see. Compare who of the two banks create more money. You have your long-term impact. Yeah, I agree. And I guess ECB is nowhere near as in volume exactly. Yeah, I will. I'll go after that. All right, traders. I guess it's time for me to get out of here. It's 31 past. So we will see you. Thank you, Giannis. I'll be on here tomorrow morning, yakking away about what craziness I've seen tomorrow, and what happened today. What events have occurred. So happy trails to you until we meet again. I got to figure out a title too. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Catch you Friday.